Good morning, class. Today we're going to talk about mid-segment. Good morning, class. Once again, we're going to talk about mid-segment today of a triangle. So before we start, I'm gonna give you a general overview of a mid-segment. The mid-segment of a triangle is the line. It's a segment that passes through the two midpoints of the sides of a triangle. Okay, and that mid-segment is always half of the opposite sides in that triangle, or the opposite side is always twice that mid segment, and the mid segment and the opposite sides are always parallel. Okay, so we're going to go through what we've been studying so far from the beginning. As you can see, this triangle these two triangles, a prime, b prime, c prime, is the image of a, b, c through a dilation with the center of dilation at point O. So as we can see, we're going to determine the scale factor here. So b prime, c prime is 8. So I'm going to write 8 here. BC is 4. And as I've told you, scale factor is always image over pre-image. So the image is 8, the pre-image is 4, so our scale factor will be 2. And then we are asked to find OC prime. OC prime is from the center of dilation to point C prime on the image, and then the corresponding distance is on the pre-image is OC, and OC happens to be 5 according to this here. So OC prime over OC, image over pre-image, gonna be scale factor. We don't know OC prime, but OC happens to be 5 equals to 2. 2 can be written as a fraction as 2 over 1. Okay, then when you cross multiply, you're gonna have OC equals to 5 times 2, which gives us 10. So OC prime is gonna be 2 times OC, which equals to 2 times 5, which is 10. And AA prime and OA prime. So OA is 4 as it's here, and then OA prime is what we don't know. But what we know is that from center of dilation to one point on the image and the corresponding point on the pre-image gonna be the scale factor. So OA prime is what we're looking for, and then OA happens to be 4. Then over equals to 2. 2 can be written as 2 over 1. So when you cross multiply, you're gonna have OA prime equals to 4 times 2, which is 8. So OA prime is 2 times OA, which is 2 times 4, which is 8. If OA prime is 8, so it means OA plus OA prime going to be 8, and we don't know OA prime, so AA prime. So AA prime is just OA prime minus OA. So it's going to be 8 minus 4, which is 4. So it means AA prime is also 4. Then angle C. And we've been given that angle B is 30, A prime is 60, and we're looking for C. What we know is that A prime and A are congruent under dilation angle. Corresponding angles are congruent. So A prime gonna be also gonna be 60, and B is already 30. So C, and we also know that the sum of angles in a triangle is 180. So we're gonna do angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals to 180. A is 30, A is 60, B is 30, is C we're looking for, and the sum is 180. So what we do here is 180 minus 60 minus 30, which is 90 degrees. Okay, so C would be 90 degrees. So we're gonna sketch a dilation of this triangle ABC with the center of dilation at C. and the scale factor being zero 0.5. So 0.5 means what? Since the 0.5 is between 0 and 1, as we've learned on Friday, when the scale factor is between 0 and 1, it's a reduction. Then it means I'm going to find the midpoint of AC. I'm going to call it A prime. I'm going to also find the midpoint of BC. I'm going to call it B prime. So this distance AB, which is a segment, is what we call mid segment. So write a statement to this. Gonna be, since our images used to be in red, so I'm gonna do this, or the image is ABC and the image itself is A prime, B prime, C prime. So I'm gonna have triangle ABC similar to triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. Under dilation, figures are similar, angles are congruent, and the sides are proportional. Okay, corresponding side and corresponding angles are corresponding angles are congruent, corresponding sides are proportional. Okay, and the figures are always similar. So the segment A prime B prime is called the mid segment. Okay, so here a mid segment of a triangle is a segment that joins this the midpoints of two of the sides. Okay, as I've joined the midpoint of AC and BC, and then A prime B prime, the segment A prime B prime is what we call here the mid segment. Okay, so if I want to do it here, I'm just going to find the midpoint of AB. I'm going to call it B prime. I'm going to find the midpoint of AC. I'm going to call it C prime. When I join them, B prime C prime is mid segment. So as we go on Agile Mind here, you're gonna see what's another thing here entirely. Let's load, let the page load. Okay, my course, geometry. Okay, 14, proportion, page 2. As you can see, MN is the midpoint, BC is the opposite side, and MN is half of BC. If I augment, when my MN is 7, BC is 14, always half. So here we're gonna say the mid segment always half of the opposite side. Okay. And what do you notice about the slope? If I click on slope here, the slope is 0, 0. If I move, the slope is 0 0.4, 0 0.2, 0 0.2, 0 0.4, 0 0.48, 0 0.48. So the slopes are the same or equal. So what happened to the equal slopes in a triangle? When in two lines, this equation of lines, when two lines have the same slope, so it means what? They are parallel. So we can say the mid segment parallel to the opposite side. So here we're gonna say the mid segment of a triangle is half as long and parallel to the opposite side. That's what you need to know today. Please keep it in mind forever. The mid segment of a triangle is half as long and parallel to the opposite side. So we're going to use that idea to solve these problems here. Here we know GI to be the opposite side, and then PQ here is the mid segment, and we know mid segment is always half of the opposite side. So you're going to say PI equals to half of GI, and so if you multiply both sides by 2, I put 2 here, I put 2 here, so it means 2pi will be equals to 2 times 2 is 1, 2 times 2 times 1 is 2, 2 divided by 2 is give us what? 1, so equals to GI. So another way of saying it is that the opposite side is always twice the mid segment. So our pi is 7, so 2 times 7 is what? 14. So meaning GI is 14, which is right. If your mid segment is 7, it's half of GI, so GI gotta be 14. Other side, want to find VW. VW is the mid segment here. And then this FH is the opposite side. So VW equals to half FH. The mid segment is always half the opposite side. And then we have half times the opposite side is 16. What is half of 16? 8. So it means this guy has to be 8. So lastly here, as we say, mid segment equals to half opposite side, or opposite side equals to twice the mid segment. So as we can see here, we're gonna use that idea. KL is the mid segment, GI is the opposite side. So we're gonna find x. So opposite side is 3x negative 2 equals to 2 times the mid segment, 2 times x plus 2. So we're gonna open bracket, 2 multiplies x, 2 multiplies 2. So it's gonna give us 2 times x, 2x, 2 times 2, 4. Then since 2x is smaller than 3x, so we're gonna take 2x away from both sides. So if we do that, 3x minus 2x is x. So we keep our negative 2. 2 minus 2x minus 2, 2x minus 2x is 0. So we are left with 4. To get rid of negative 2, we gotta add 2 on both sides. When we do that, negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So x is kept there. 4 plus 2 is what? 6. So it means if x is 6, 6 plus 2 will be what? 8. If x is 6, 3 times 6 is 18. 18 minus 2 is what? 16. So 8 is half of 16, or 16 is twice 8. Okay? So that's what we needed to learn today. Make sure you do your homework. Tomorrow is our quiz day. Thank you and have a wonderful day.